These kids are taken by one of their parents across our border, across an international bridge like the one I'm standing at right now. The other parent is left behind. An international treaty says those kids should be brought back to the States. But that treaty is often ignored in Mexico. Pick a spot on the map.
No, Laredo is
Any spot.
to Matamoros.
From border towns
From Reynosa.
to the capital.
We have obviously have cases in Mexico City.
Mariano Nunez probably worked there.
I mean, we used to go everywhere.
His job is to take children away from parents who violate custody rights and break the law by crossing the border.
300 plus cases every year.
He finds kids like Fernanda Avendaño.
I knew what he wanted to do, that we were going to go to Mexico, and I didn't want to go to Mexico.
Fernanda remembers crossing the border with their two brothers back in 2009. Her father fought in court to keep them in Monterrey.
He used to tell me, he's like, cry so they think that you want to be with me.
It was another spot on the map for Mariano Nunez to visit. Nunez works for Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid in Weslaco. He studies the international treaty designed to bring kids back from places like Mexico.
San Luis Potosí.
It's not an easy job. Mexican judges don't always follow the rules. The U.S. State Department says Mexico has not fully complied with the international treaty in 14 years. Some kids aren't returned to their parents in the U.S., partly because some Mexican judges don't even understand the law.
The smaller the town, the less they know.
The Mexican consulate in McAllen refused to comment on those reports.
Solo le pedí a Dios que me ayudara, que me los trajera mis hijos.
Carmen Avendaño is Fernanda's mother. She didn't find much help on this side of the border either.
Yo llamé a la policía para que me ayudaran.
She says police told her they couldn't help because the father shared custody.
In most cases, is the father.
Mariano Nunez found a judge who did understand the law.
It just depends on the case, where you're at, who you're dealing with.
Avendaño got her kids back just 4 months later. She now has temporary custody and a restraining order against her ex-husband. This rarely happens so quickly. Some cases take years. Other cases aren't taken at all.
There are some places we definitely not going.
Pick another spot on the map.
Veracruz, in Monclova.
You'll find a place too violent to travel anymore.
The police don't want to go. You want to go?
Pick a picture of the missing, kids who need to be found, stashed in dangerous places where the law is ignored. We wanted to learn how these cases are handled on this side of the border. We struggled to find answers. The FBI directed us to the U.S. Attorney. The U.S. Attorney directed us over to the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice told us to talk to the State Department. According to the State Department, 69 kids disappeared across our border into Mexico more than a year and a half ago. They are still missing tonight. Reporting at the Hidalgo International Bridge, I'm Joe Augustine, Channel 5 News at 10. Parents who abduct their own children and cross international borders like the one behind me break state, federal, and international law. We learned the parents left behind on this side of the border often lose their children, even when they win in court. This bedroom is a museum of misery. The unused toys, unread books, and outdated pictures paralyze a parent's pain.
I miss his smile.
Alex Larillo's only child is missing.
The last time I saw him, he was 5 years old, about to turn 6.
The search for his son Sebastian started in 2011. Larillo's ex-wife shared custody at the time. She took Sebastian to Mexico. Larillo spent the last 2 years exhausting his legal options. He won in civil court.
So this gives you full custody rights?
Right, yeah.
He won under the international treaty designed to return abducted children to the U.S.
I think my application is here.
He still lost his parental rights. We highlighted this problem last year.
Dozens of kids missing in Mexico.
When these cases started coming in our door, we didn't know what to do.
A Channel 5 News special report showed Mexican authorities rarely locate children abducted by one of their parents.
At least once a month, I cross over.
Larillo wants American authorities to help. The Cameron County District Attorney's Office dismissed the criminal case. As a result, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was forced to take down Sebastian's picture. If you scan the website today, you wouldn't even know Sebastian is missing. According to the U.S. Department of State, 416 children were abducted and taken to Mexico by one of their parents in 2012. City and state police are supposed to ask the FBI to help solve these cases. The feds only received 6 complaints all of last year. We went to the FBI division headquarters in San Antonio to find answers.
It is a case-by-case decision.
Special Agent Michelle Lee says most parents file criminal charges as a last resort. Alex Lareal already won sole custody of his son. Criminal charges are his last resort. The DA in Cameron County dismissed those charges without ever contacting the FBI.
I'm not aware of any reason why a district attorney's office would not request the assistance of the FBI.
Cameron County's district attorney wouldn't tell us why his office never asked the FBI for help. They wouldn't comment any further because a child is involved in this case. So all we know is that the charges were dismissed in 2012 pending further investigation. Investigation that could be furthered with help from the FBI.
I'm not a parent anymore.
Sebastian Lareal is 8 years old today. The frames that hold his pictures can't freeze time. He's likely outgrown the toys and books of a childhood left behind.
It's a whole role in my life that is void, that's completely missing.
It's made his father a parent only on paper. The FBI started working with Lareal after we contacted them. That doesn't mean Sebastian will be found. The special agent up in San Antonio told us they find 1 out of every 3 kids in international parental abduction cases. Reporting at the Progresso International Bridge, I'm Joe Augustine, Channel 5 News at 10.